Welcome back. We are continuing on with our new series, 25 Inspirational Stories to Encourage You in Your Business Journey. A lot of times we can get discouraged in life, but especially when you're in business as well and you're not seeing the results. If you didn't watch the first video, I encourage you to do that. It talks about the valley of disappointment, and I think that's a good series or video for you to start with before we get into the series. Before we also get going, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, which is the same as the like button, and then also hit the alert button so you're notified of content as it comes out and we're delivering it. But we're going to start out here, and the purpose of this series is to provide you stories that will encourage you in your business journey. And the first one is a little bit different than what you might expect, but I want to encourage you to encourage others right where you are in your journey, regardless of your success. You always have an opportunity to find ways to impact people positively. And again, you're not doing it so that you benefit from it in the long run, but you will benefit from it. You'll feel much better about yourself. There are always people who are in a better or in a worse position than you are, and you have the opportunity to serve them and encourage them, and that will translate into your life and into your business as well. So I'll give you a little story of where I'm going with this, and this always tugs at my heart a little bit, but the subject here is an American basketball team and a Malawi Bible College basketball team. And the background is that basically Malawi is a country in Africa, and the capital city faces extreme poverty, right? And when you go there during this time, especially at the time when they're dealing with this extreme poverty, it was not uncommon to see grown men walking around the city in bare feet. Especially at the time when I heard this story. So that's incredibly shaming to folks, and it would be to you and I also if we had to walk around as grown men and we couldn't provide. We lose sight of that living in America, because even when we're poor, I grew up very, very poor, as did a lot of folks, and I always had a pair of shoes. Now my shoes had holes in them a lot of times, but I wasn't forced to walk around or go to work or school barefoot. So that there's an extreme, shame in that. And I get that. And I think you could too, if you put yourself in that situation. So this American basketball team was going around and just kind of scrimmaging, all over Africa, and they were on basically kind of a team sports mission trip. And they went to the Malawi Bible College, and they were going to scrimmage the team there. And when they walked in the gym, they noticed that there were two Malawi basketball players just kind of warming up and scrimmaging against each other. And each one of them only had one shoe on each foot. And the story goes is that, as with a lot of college basketball, teams, they started kind of giggling and snickering and laughing and, making comments to themselves about, those two players, each with one basketball shoe on. And so when the coach from the Malawi team, who was also the coach of the Malawi national basketball team, came over and, had a chat with the team and the coach, the one of the players or the coaches asked the Malawi basketball coach, what was going on there. And so he explained to them about the situation of poverty in Malawi at the time. And he went on to also explain that these two were very dear friends to each other, and one of them had a pair of basketball shoes and the other one didn't and was barefoot. And because he loved and cared about his friend so deeply, he gave or lent one of his shoes to his friend so that when the American basketball team showed up, his friend would not experience shame. That's how self-sacrificial he was to his friend. And he had to not be in a great shape financially himself, because he only had the one pair of shoes himself, but he was willing to self-sacrifice and give to his friend or lend to his friend during that time to help him not have shame when they were facing the American basketball team. The story also goes on to state that the American basketball team were kind of shamed in terms of their initial reaction, and to the point of where they started taking off their shoes and giving them to the Malawi basketball team. There's been another great effort by an organization, a nonprofit that gives shoes to the Malawi people. I haven't touched base on looked up where they are currently in a long while, but again, my point being with this story is that you always, regardless of your place in life or where you are in your journey or your story, you always have an opportunity to reach out to people and to give where you are with what you have. And that example is, even if you have one pair of shoes and you have a friend in need, you can give that other friend one of your shoes. You can lend them one of your shoes. And if we can't go beyond that and figure out a way to give in our current society, and there's a lot of people who are struggling and hurting right now with the economy the way it is due to, what we're facing from a health standpoint in the world and in the US, then shame on us. But I want to encourage you again, you'll walk away feeling better about yourself when you find opportunities to to give to people, to give to other organizations, your time, your talent, your materials, to help them so that they're not experiencing shame, that they have opportunities to maybe better themselves. So just consider that, as we're going on here. And again, before we go here, I'm looking forward to sharing the other stories that I've found and that I've come up with. Do me a favor, hit the like button, which is the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and then also hit the alert button so you're notified when these videos come out. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you.